Hello guys and welcome to episode 5 of the Anime Cast. Today,
perfect intro.
I'm here with quite a lot of people. Today we got Bosun, Kevin,
Ghost,
Nabil,
Say no more.
Momo. There you go. And we got two special guests as well. We got Inferno Paterno,
How you doing?
and we got John from Red Triangle Gaming as well.
What's up?
Hey, today what we're gonna be doing is, because let's have a little backstory. I haven't watched anime in a year, and the last anime I watched was Parasite. And the reason I kind of stopped watching anime is because I got into TV series. No, I got into TV
This
series.
motherfucker hasn't watched One Piece.
But what's gonna happen today is that these guys are gonna suggest one anime each for me to watch, and they kind of have to convince me, and I'm gonna choose maybe 2 or 3 of the animes that 6 of these guys suggest for me to watch at the end. And yeah, you guys can join in the discussion in the comments. Let me know what animes you should suggest as well. So let's start off one by one from Bosun. Let's go from the top.
No, I ain't going first. I've got classic anime. Innit? You guys do a recent one.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
Yeah, let Kevin go first.
Actually, fuck it, I'll go first. Fuck it, I'll go first.
There you go.
God,
Cool.
what do you suggest, bro? You got a 3-minute timer.
Yeah, I'm gonna go first. Yeah,
Yeah, 3-minute timer
let's go.
starting from now. Let's go.
start from now. Yeah. All right. Dragon Ball. Yeah. All right. So you've heard about Dragon Ball Z. You've heard about Dragon Ball Z GT. You've heard about Dragon Ball Super in it, right?
Yeah,
Right. Dragon Ball is a fucking classic, and I'll tell you why.
the original. All right.
Original, not because it's original, because it gives you the whole backstory of Goku himself. So essentially, he was basically a Saiyan, an evil race. He gets on planet Earth. He gets hit by a rock, turns to a normal human being. Basically, acts as a normal human being. You basically learn how he learned the Kamehameha, how he learned most of his basic techniques as well.
Was Dragon Ball the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dragon Ball was the first one made by Akira Toriyama in the 1980s. And the thing about that is, it's one of the first animes that became popular in the West as well.
Yeah.
Because before Dragon Ball, there's what other anime really can you say that was like that popular? Not just the fact that the fights themselves, like one thing about Dragon Ball Z, for example, is that some of the fights can drag on for like 3 or 4 episodes. Generally, Dragon Ball had a lot shorter fights as well. Also, one of the main things about Dragon Ball Z, what makes it so exciting, was the world tournaments. And to me, Dragon Ball has one of the best world tournament fights ever, which is Dragon Ball versus King Piccolo. And you actually see how Piccolo gets born as well, for a little surprise.
Which is fucking nasty.
Yeah, it was very nasty, but it was fucking amazing. But the point is, like, it's a classic. It has good fights. It has a good story. It has a bit of obviously naughty stuff with Goku and Bulma.
Where's your balls?
You've seen it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about,
So
right?
okay. So has it got a comedy side to it as well then, or is it?
It's
Oh,
mostly
very
comedy.
funny, hilarious. It's hilarious. Also, again, if you watch Dragon Ball Z, and you know a guy called Yamcha, who's the biggest L taker in anime ever,
Yeah.
he doesn't take L's. In Dragon Ball, he actually has credit.
Okay.
He
Surprisingly,
beat
before
Goku
he-
once.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, before his girl got taken by Vegeta. Yeah, so basically, So you have Goku. You have one of the arcs as well as the Red Ribbon Army. So it's one of a famous army base in the actual anime. So you see how they kind of like came about as well. Also, the actual funny thing is, yup.
No, he's still got half 40 seconds.
Yeah, so basically you see Goku gets shot as well. Like, Goku gets shot, for fuck's sake. And he still survives, obviously. But anyway, back to the point. Good fights, good story, classic. One of the first ever animes that actually came out. Very, very funny. The World Tournament series is one of the best kind of... Like, even a lot of those animes you see now with training exams and all that kind of stuff in Naruto, blah, blah, blah. A lot of that comes from the World Tournament as well. And obviously Hunter x Hunter as well, and Dragon Ball. And yeah, it's a classic.
But why would I
That's
watch
what I
that
said.
over something more recent?
Because a lot of these animes now are trash.
Alright.
It's a classic.
Alright, time's up anyway. Let's go to the next guy. We're gonna go straight to John because the other two are muted.
Okay. Yeah, they are muted. I just want to add one thing to what you were saying about Dragon Ball real quick. The fighting is better choreographed in Dragon Ball than it is in Dragon Ball Z. Because in Dragon Ball Z, you do a lot of the
that is
blur
true as well.
bullshit, where it's all blurry for some reason. In Dragon Ball, they actually show the fucking fists moving around and shit. You actually
Exactly.
see they're
There you go.
moving. It's better than fucking Dragon Ball Z. But anyway,
Your
I'm
3
talking
minutes
about...
starting from now. Let's go.
Noragami. Noragami is a very Japanese-esque anime, like super Japanese, because essentially you're following this guy called Yato, who is a god, and gods in this universe are, straight up real. They're from the Japanese culture and stuff, and gods live by having people know about them, follow them, pray to them, and Yato doesn't really have much of that at all. He only has like maybe one follower who's his friend, and he kind of keeps himself alive by being in the memories of people who he helps out. He has this little part-time job that has people call him, and he'll go work for them for doing like side jobs for like a small, for like a fucking I think it's like 5 cent yen, so which is like a penny in American, I think. But he does a bunch of work so he can stay in their mind, so he stay alive. And
what kind of work does he do?
Anything. He'll clean your dog's fucking house. He'll clean your bathroom. He'll clean your toilet with a toothbrush. He does whatever he needs to survive. And essentially, he's trying to build himself up to be a bigger god. And this world is also full of these things like they're demon-like that are evil spirits. He has to kill them too, and he needs a weapon. And when he finds a weapon, he calls it Yukine. And essentially, you can get spirits that are human spirits and turn them into weapons, kind of like Soul Eater, I guess, in a way.
Okay.
And he has to fight. He has to fight these demons to cleanse them, because he's trying to help them to be cleansed. He also does part-time jobs for other gods, who all the gods pretty much talk shit about him because he's basically a fucking bum. But Yato's no joke. He's actually got a backstory where he used to kill people for fucking money back in the old Japanese era, because he used to be actually a destroyer god. But I won't get too much into that because I don't want to spoil anything. But he's got a dark backstory. He's very jokish. He's very comedic. He acts like a little bit of comedic dickhole. But he's very caring, but he doesn't act like it all the time. He has his friend Yukine and his the girl who knows about him, who, because she met Yato, she's got a bit of an infection, I guess you can say, but she falls out of her body. So she's
gods too, or they're just humans?
No, they're when you turn a human spirit into a weapon, it becomes like a demigod. So part god, part human spirit.
So he's a god who lives in a human world.
Yeah, they're all gods who live in human worlds, but there is he's basically a poor god. He's a homeless person who's basically trying to stay alive by helping humans to keep his memory alive. Because if he doesn't, he'll die.
Okay.
Because you disappear if no one prays to you or no one knows about you.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
You got 12 seconds left.
There's also a lot of action, and when it gets not a lot of action. It's more of a emotional anime, but when there is action, it's very shonen action. It gets hyped up as hell. It's really cool.
Okay, what's the combat like anyway? Last question.
Mostly sword fighting.
All right.
So it gets really good.
Have any of the rest of you seen it?
So what's the anime called again? What's it called?
Noragami.
I've actually seen it. I've seen it like.
Not seen it. I want to see it now though.
It's very good. It's very good. If you might actually try it too. There's a little bit of emotion in there. I started like tearing up in a few moments with Yato and his friends.
Right.
That's for me, like My Hero Academia, like every episode.
Yeah. The only time I ever cried My Hero Academia was episode 2 when this dude told me he could be a hero. I was like, my little bitch hurt. My little bitch hurt.
Since Kevin's not muted anymore, let's go back to him before I go down to Inferno. So, Kevin.
Nah, because I was eating it, so I decided to mute myself.
You want to suggest?
Anyways, suggest anime. Have you seen Berserk?
Start from now. All right.
Literally, Berserk.
Which
why?
Berserk? There's like 3.
It doesn't matter what Berserk. Berserk's good in general, anyways. Even the old school one.
Alright, you helped convince me so much, bro.
Berserk, okay, let me explain Berserk in it. Berserk, the anime, is about one guy called Guts in it, literally. And he's just a bad man, as simple as, like, nothing else to say, man, like. He's an OG, like.
You're not good at this, are you, bro?
I'll be honest, it's basically about this guy, who fights his whole life, innit? Like, he struggles from young to older. You see shit happens. He joins it's like in the
Band of the Hawk.
What kind of what kind of age is it like? Like in the olden days, when warriors fight, and there's also demons and shit that he has to fight against, and then that bad shit just happened to him. Like life is just so bad for him. Like it just gets worse. It never gets good for him, but he's still trying to live.
That sounds kind of depressing though. Like,
I know.
It really is.
Berserk is extremely depressing.
Very depressing.
yeah, that's the thing. That's the only issue with it.
But it's a really good anime. Anyone who's seen Berserk knows it. It's one of the best anime out there, literally.
It sounds interesting though. I'm not gonna lie.
Debatable.
Yeah, he fights against demons. He tries to win, and then it's just like his life is just a mess. Like literally, he's just trying to get up from it, but he's always just shit just gets worse and worse and worse for him. Like I'm not gonna explain too much, I don't want you to get into it. Like,
Yeah. The thing is, the interesting thing is like most animes, there's always like a happy ending, but with this, it sounds like
no, this guy gets no happy ending in his life. He never gets a happy ending.
Can I get a rip in the chat?
Happy ending. There's no such thing, literally. And let me going back to the guy who said Noragami is a good anime. Yeah, it's quite good still. I've seen it, so.
Fam, you're not meant to, agree.
It doesn't matter. He's done now. We'll go on to Inferno. Inferno. We're starting.
Can I ask you about Berserk? Yeah, I'll ask something about Berserk in it. Just to add what Kevin said, right? Towards the end, it does get a bit more positive. I will say that. Like, it's not completely depressing.
In the manga, he has friends finally. After fucking
he has friends, which is pretty cool because they're also decent lads.
Okay.
Especially Farnice. She's bae. No,
we're gonna move on to Inferno Paternal.
All right. So I'm gonna be suggesting SAO or Sword Art Online. Every weeb has to have seen this already, but since you're just going back to watching anime, then this is like the perfect anime for you because when I first started watching anime, this was like the first one I watched after Pokemon, of course. So you're looking for like an anime that has like a good story, good action, just like a balance of everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then this anime, it's got like perfect action. The art style is amazing. The action, I would say it's really cool because let me give you the plot. Okay, so these people were playing like it's called I can't even think of it. It's like virtual reality, Nerve Gear or something like that.
Okay.
They play a game and like you can eat, you can taste things, you can feel pain in the game pretty much. So you're like in a whole different world. And they used like the Nerve Gear set, and then somebody hacks it, so they're stuck in there. And the game is like an MMO where you can raid dungeons for stuff. So pretty much they're living in it now, and they're trying to escape. And the only way to escape is by defeating this big tower of dungeons and getting to the boss at the end. But of course, the main character is like the most overpowered person ever. He's like a tryhard. He's a sweat.
Yeah.
But he has. Oh wait, you need a question?
Yeah. The actual story or the actual idea behind it sounds good. I'm not gonna lie. Like.
Yeah, the plot's really good, and that's SAO though, the MMO. So it's pretty cool. I like it. He even finds a girl, which that starts the emotion in it. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's a lot of emotion behind it. Okay.
But and, playing a game, like, what if that's a 53-year-old man in his basement? Like?
They take care of that in the first episode. They all have avatars, and the guy who's in charge of the game just turns everything off, so you look like yourself. There was a guy and a girl, two guys that were pretending to be something they weren't, and they got turned into their actual selves. This guy was wearing a girlish dress. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty funny.
Likes that kind of stuff anyway.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. Still, pretend I'm a girl in a forbidden. I don't know, but yeah, go keep going, bro.
All right. So, yeah, like I said, there's a lot of emotion with, like, him. It's a girl called Asuna, all right? Asuna, they make sure to really emphasize her breast. So they make sure to emphasize it so you got the weebs already, like, jacking it when she enters the scene or whatever. You get it. So I'd say there's a good balance of a good plot, good emotion, good action, good art style. And then you get to Alphium Online, it kind of starts to get rigid, it's kind of rigid. I mean, the storyline's still good, the action's still good, but the story's kind of trash. The story's kind of trash on Alphium. It's like the same thing, except in like a fairy world. And I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Your 3 minutes are up, but does anyone want to say anything before we move on?
Disagree with that.
Yeah, can I just say that it is total.
To be fair, you might like it, Terra.
Yeah, I think Terra might like the anime.
My cup of tea in it. Just saying it.
It's not your cup of tea.
Nah, that is some dead anime,
Kevin,
boy.
Kevin, you have something to say.
It's fucking garbage, bro.
The thing is, I think Tara might find Kirito completely unrelatable just because he's too overpowered to make sense for the show. But
Okay.
nah,
He
I'm
can
not.
deflect bullets with a lightsaber.
Yeah, I love when he goes into fucking into the gun guild thing. He's the only one who's like, I can deflect bullets with a sword. So you're telling me after all the years this game has been out and it's full of tryhards, no one's tried that shit. Really?
Yeah.
But that shit made me so mad.
I heard that's what killed Kuroko no Basket because some people were too overpowered and shit.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, yeah.
Kirito's absolutely overpowered. It's supposed to be an MMO, but he leveled up by himself.
Kevin,
Oh, yeah.
Kevin, you need some
Yeah,
exfoliating
yeah.
cream.
If you die in the game, you die in real life. By the way,
Yeah.
the nerf gear takes your brain, just fries it if you die in real life. I mean, in the game.
Yeah. Your mic. The worst thing is Kevin, has probably watched more animes than all of us put together, but he can't explain his
Absolutely
words.
butchered Berserk. Absolutely
Absolutely
butchered. Made Berserk sound like fucking Naruto.
You know what? I don't even want to explain it. Like I just want you to watch it. There's no.
You didn't explain it. You don't want to explain it.
We should probably also explain it, Tara. There's three different Berserks. There's a CGI one. There's one that's supposed to be like a movie, and then there's one that's one of the original animes.
Okay.
So,
You want me to watch the original?
I will save you
Thank you,
time.
John.
Just type in Berserk Eclipse. You're done.
Okay,
God.
Berserk Eclipse. All right.
That's so dark, man. Why are you gonna make him watch that one?
Try not to
He's
cringe.
fasting.
Okay.
Yeah, look over
how
clips
we
and know
make
it
my
gets worse from
decision.
here.
Yeah.
Alright,
That is
Nabil,
true. That is true.
Nabil, you go, bro. Nabil, you go.
I wanted to bring Kevin in really quickly because he had a very interesting point about Sword Art Online. Go on, Kevin.
No, nothing about Sword Art Online. Still, I ain't got nothing to say about that
Shut
anime.
up then.
Just not my kind of anime. Still.
It's not his kind of anime.
But yeah, go on, Bill.
No,
Go
basically,
on.
Sword Art Online. Yeah, it's kind of like lovey-dovey.
All right,
innit?
Kevin. Enough. Safe. All right. So
That
I'm
was rude. Okay. That was rude. Sorry,
You
Kevin.
think you must be all right. Cool. I'm
Nabil,
sorry
go.
for your stuff.
We don't tolerate bullying in this chat, please.
All right, no bullying.
Nabil, stop stalling. Stay your anime, fam.
Exactly.
Trash ass nigga.
All right, cool. I've got 3 suggestions. I'm guessing Bilal's watched all 3. Naruto.
Wait. Don't say Death Note. That's what I'm saying, innit, please.
You can say Death Note.
You know it's coming.
I don't think Tara has the attention span for Death Note. I'm being
I've
honest.
seen it, bro. I've
really?
seen it. I love intelligent kind of animes.
Good, perfect.
Like
Okay.
Death Note, Code Geass.
Have you seen Fate
What else
Zero?
is there?
Harry Potter.
Phase Zero. I think I might have seen it. I don't know if I'm getting mixed up with Zero and Code Geass is Zero.
It's not Code Geass. It's not Code Geass. It's Fate
Yeah.
Zero.
I think I've seen a few episodes. I don't remember. Someone recommended it to me once, but you can explain it if you want.
I think I did.
If I should finish it. No, I think it was Farhan still.
Oh
But-
yeah, we were both.
But
on
yeah,
that one.
Nabil, can you get on? Can you
Yeah,
on?
just get on.
Like-
Okay, Fate Zero. It's a really cool anime. It's basically a story about all these ancient heroes. Right? Well, it's that kind of set in this small town.
Okay.
Like I think up to 8 people fighting for something called the Holy Grail, right? And
Yeah.
if they get the Holy Grail, that means they can. The Holy Grail fulfills any wish they have, right? And what they do is they sort of summon these ancient heroes, and they're based on like real heroes, like real historical figures.
Yeah.
To fight this, battle to the death to secure this Holy Grail.
Okay.
And the story is basically the main character is this guy. He's an assassin. He's an assassin type character, and he wants to get this Holy Grail for himself. And you have all these other side characters who each have their own storylines
Yeah.
for why they want the Holy Grail. Like some of them are really personal, but some of them are like really messed up. Like you really, really do not want them to get the Holy Grail, but they end up with some of the strongest champions, like hacked powers. Like one guy, I think he can summon this he summoned this incredibly massive monster in the ocean, and he's like killing innocent people. And then other people have like really, really like small powers. So
Yeah,
it's
they get
kinda
wrecked.
it's like no, but the thing is they kind of balance each other out, because they have, even though the powers might not be that big or they might not have that much destructive capacity, they're still unique. Like you've got an assassin who he can sort of like multiply himself. He sort of splits into like all these different sort of people. And that's
Okay.
his power. That's all he has. But the thing is, it's the way they use those powers to get what they want. It's really tactical.
They
it's
use their
really
powers to
good.
get what they want. Okay.
Yeah, it's really tactical. It's really smart. Like the battles are probably
Battles are amazing.
That actually
Best
sounds really
battle.
interesting.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
best battles I've ever seen in
Okay,
anime.
okay.
Like the one-on-one is sick. Like it's got the whole like it's got like massive armies colliding. They've got that stuff as well, but they've also got really good intense one-on-one battles, and they're not just like one-on-one battles for the sake of it. Like they've got a lot, like lots of stuff sort of weighing on the battle. So like if one dies, and like that's it. Like they're pretty much out the game, and it's like a death battle royale. That's sort of-
Actually, yeah, it's Battle Royale before Battle Royale became a video game thing.
Oh, yeah.
Before
You always say
Fortnite.
Before
Fortnite, yeah.
Fortnite.
It's Fortnite and the anime, except,
It's
good.
Fortnite, yeah, exactly. But it's Fortnite and then anime, and it's so
Oh.
good. And the characters.
And,
like,
and Gilgamesh over there has got the fucking the Infinity Gauntlet. Fucking. God damn.
They have like
Yeah.
really good. Like,
Fucking
the thing is, it's not just
Gilgamesh.
about battles. It's not just about the tactics. Like each of the stories have really good, like, well-developed backstory.
Mm.
And they all have something to lose. And the point is, it's kind of like, it's a bit like Game of Thrones. Like all of the characters, you kind of like all the characters, you hate some of them, and it's like the most difficult choices. Who do you side with? Like some of your favorite characters like clash with each other, and some of the villains happen to be your favorite characters as well because they're just so badass. Like it's not.
Shout out to Navark, innit?
It's
Bad bitch.
God, I love him like Gilgamesh. That man knows his wine.
exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Like one's a hero, the other one.
He's a dick. He's a bastard.
Yeah, but he's such like
He's so likable.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He's so likable because he's unapologetic for being a boss.
Drink some of the sake. This is like shit. Here's my wine. Have this.
It's like one of the best animes I've seen. But yeah,
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
Just depressing as fuck near the end.
Oh yeah, no.
What is it with these anime depression?
Because they make you feel
Weebs,
emotion,
innit? What do you
Farah.
expect?
Exactly, fam.
Freaking.
Oh, and it deals with your favorite topic as well, Bilal, feminism. 'Cause
Oh
does really.
my
Oh,
lord.
Oh
does.
boy, oh howdy, do
Oh,
they fucking
my
treat their
lord.
ladies correctly?
Oh lord.
This
All
bitch
right.
can what, nuke a building? Alright, that's fine, swing her sword.
Alright, yo, let's move on, mums. Let's go.
What I might say, I want to add something, right?
Okay.
Nabil, you explained that pretty well. Well done, innit?
Well done. You got
He's
a
pretty
compliment
well.
from Bosun for. Oh, I've never heard this. This is a moment. Yo, this is a moment. I've never heard
Breaking
Bosun give a
ground right here.
compliment.
Breaking news.
Yo, wow. Wow,
Finally.
first time. It was the first thing for everything.
I like some other berserk people.
Hey, no. Let me revisit that. How you gonna man draw that? Alright, fuck it. You know it.
Go. let's see round two.
Thank God it's done.
Berserk round two.
Round two. It's basically about this guy, literally, yeah. It's him against the world, literally. That's it. It's him against the world.
Okay. Let him go.
Wait. So it's him against the world. It's like everything goes against him. He basically joins an army, and then he fights for his life. And then afterwards, there's bare gory scenes. He loses bare shit. He loses friends. He loses bare shit. He just loses bare shit. There's fairies in it. There's demons in it.
We get it, bro.
Fam,
Exactly.
we are.
I don't want to say too much.
Pokemon.
And then there's just a lot of fight scenes. Literally, he fights against bare different armies, and then sometimes he's just really sick. Like he trains to become one of the best, and his life just goes south. Like it's just like it's literally he's struggling with every day of his life to win, and he doesn't really win in it, but he just survives in it because he's trying to live life like us.
Kevin, I swear to God, that sounds like Pokemon. I'm not even kidding.
How does it? What?
Sounds like Overwatch.
The guy who's
Like-
really
I wish Pokemon was like
guy
that
who's
shit.
fairies and demons wanting to be the very best. I mean,
Oh my god, Team Rocket. Oh no. Oh no.
All right. Legit, guys. Momos, you're telling it like. Come on.
Momo, go ahead, bro.
Back topic, innit?
Right, so I start now, yeah? Alright,
Yeah.
cool. Basically, the
Yeah.
anime I want to talk about, literally, there's so much you can talk about in it when it comes to this anime. It's like
Don't
the
drop
number-
a
Hold on,
dead
hold on.
anime.
Well, listen. This is the #1 anime in Japan, like by far, innit? By far. The anime I'm going to talk about is One Piece, innit? Which has literally everything you could think of that
Oh,
anime
okay.
should have in it. I know it's got
Well-
like a lot. Listen, I know it's got a lot of episodes, but no one is telling you should be finishing that in like a couple
Wait,
months.
How
Like,
how can it not have everything when it has like 800 episodes?
I'm gonna tell you the episodes right now. I'm gonna tell you the episodes. How many episodes there are?
let me give you the backstory in it. Basically,
Yeah, go on.
it's a little kid in a little town by himself. I'm not saying he lives with. He's an orphan. Is he an orphan? No. Basically, he's got his mum in the picture. His dad abandons him in this little town, and basically his only friends are this bunch of pirates in it that
Okay.
comes to the town to chill and whatnot in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Just like you, innit?
this guy always sends for me. Right now. But now he's like chilling in a bar with the
Hey, guys,
pirates.
hush,
like,
man.
Alright, go.
he's
go,
chilling
go.
in the bar with the pirates, sorry, and some bandits come in, disrespect the pirates like mad. They spit on them, they chuck water at them and whatnot, and the pirates do nothing and just laugh about it. And this little kid gets pissed off. His name is Luffy, by the way. Gets pissed off by it, looks at them, be like, "You're not pathetic. You're not pirates." Blah blah, and goes to fight the bandits themselves, innit?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So wait,
basically,
the
when
pirates were just watching the bandits do BS.
disrespect them, innit? You get me?
Okay, yeah.
Like, yeah, and they're allowed in it. They don't care in it. You get
Yeah.
me? So what happens afterwards is that Luffy chases the bandits, tries to fight them by themselves. Like, obviously, the little kid gets murked, gets beat up and whatever. And when the pirates find out that he done that, they follow him, chase up. They kill all the bandits apart from one which has Luffy and takes him like to sea in it on his tries to escape the pirates in it.
Yeah, okay.
And on the sea, like while they see a big like monster like sea fish king or whatever attacks them in it. And basically Luffy's about to drown in the water, gets saved by the one pirate that explaining in it. But I guess it gets saved by the pirate, and the pirate actually sacrifices his arm for Luffy. You get me? The monster eats his arm, scares the monster away, and basically like
Mm.
and that's how he basically like gets the motivation to become a pirate himself. Goes out on an adventure. All of the teammates the crewmates that he recruits all had a sad backstory, just like Luffy's in it. They all had a depressing backstory and whatnot. And he basically rescues them by making them pirates. And they're going on a crazy adventure. And you can't really they go on an adventure trying to find the treasure of all time, which is the One Piece in it, which is like what the show's all about, based about, in it, trying to find the One Piece. And yeah, man, the plot is crazy. The fight scenes are mad. It's so emotional, like literally, like that's the only anime that's had me sobbing for like
So many tears, man. So many tears. Man,
so emotional.
Ace's death still gets me.
Oh god.
Thank you for the
my
spoiler,
heart,
but okay.
My little.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Thank you,
spoiled
bro.
the fuck out of that. Oh no.
I'm not gonna tell you Aces, but yeah, like even Nami's backstory like made me cry as well. I'm not gonna lie, fam. Like fam, it's just so emotional and it's so funny as well, fam, at the same time. But like I'd say it's on the same level as Dragon Ball in terms of comedy in it. It's actually hilarious, isn't it?
I'd honestly go as far to say One Piece is the funniest anime ever.
It really
Nah,
is. I ain't
nah.
gonna lie.
Like, it's probably the
It's
funniest.
not academy. Like
It's
when
probably
you
the funniest.
when you have animes like Ippo and you have animes like it's got big competition. Like when it comes to
it's very
fun.
funny, but I'm telling you right now, One Piece is probably the funniest. The shit they do in that show.
I
is,
forgot
like,
what
out
the
of
anime
this
is
world, innit?
called. It's called shit. There's an anime that's actually just pure comedy. It's fucking great. Never mind. Yeah. Here you go. I'm looking at the numbers right now. Fucking the manga's up to like over chapter 900 and something.
That's just mad. Like
But there's a reason why it's the most popular anime.
No, there definitely is.
You get me? It's got you're right. When it's got that many episodes, it's obviously got everything in it. But like the way it's actually showed, the storytelling of it, the plot of it is just like it sucks you in when you start it off in it. When you like watch at least 20 episodes, you're gonna feel sucked in, and you're not gonna want to watch anything apart from One Piece in it. You get me?
I ain't gonna lie. I think I saw
hold
a bit of One Piece in a month.
Hold still.
Okay.
Wait, you watched the whole of One Piece in 1 month?
No, I saw like at least 400 episodes of One Piece in like a month or two.
But that's in 1 month. That's what I'm saying. It sucks you into the point where you just
It really does. I
watch
ain't
it.
gonna
It makes it, like exactly. It makes you binge watch it like.
Original Netflix, right there. One Piece. Original Netflix.
Okay. Hey, Kevin, what are you gonna say?
That's how you know Momo got sucked off by One Piece.
Stop, man.
Swear to God, this guy.
He loves you, bro.
You had your chance, Kevin. You lost it.
I'm gonna go through you guys one by one, yeah. So, Bosun, you recommended Dragon Ball, innit?
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah, go on.
The anime itself is up to 838 episodes.
Flip it.
Yeah.
yo.
It's the longest blowjob.
Have fun,
That was a
Tara.
little trash.
Listen. I'm surprised none of you recommended My Hero or recommended One Punch Man or My Hero. Yeah, I'm surprised
They're
about
really
that.
popular. You should be watching them.
I am
They're really
gonna
popular.
watch them anyway,
I
but
wanted,
Like,
I
still.
wanted to recommend One Punch Man, but like,
and Mob Psycho. Watch Mob Psycho. Those are good.
Yeah, that as well. Mob Psycho. Definitely.
I was about to recommend Mob
It's like
Psycho.
it's like a dulled out version of One Punch Man, but it's very good. I can't lie.
Okay, let me go through your suggestions one by one. Yeah, so Bosun, you recommended Dragon Ball, isn't it? My issue with that is it's old now, man. Am I gonna enjoy it as much as when you first watched it?
Mate.
They're
I'll give you
remastered,
3 more
though.
examples. Yu Hakusho, Hunter x Hunter.
I've seen Hunter x
That's
Hunter.
so good.
That's 3 animes are classic. That have nothing to do with it. Like, if you got class, you know classic animes are some of the best
gotta
animes.
get that taste.
I want to say that right now.
Those
It's like fine wine. It gets tasty as fuck the older it gets.
Exactly.
Bear in
And
mind.
the thing about Dragon Ball, like the story itself is actually a proper story behind it, and you get to see the background because if you watch Dragon Ball Z off the go, you won't really know what's happening, but at least you get to see the origin of Goku essentially.
The way I see it is, yeah, like, you know, okay, you have those movies. Just say there's a movie from the 1980s. I wouldn't watch that today.
I would. The Goonies. Are you
Oh yeah,
crazy?
the fucking good. Yeah.
I
Goonies
would
is
like.
the best movie
I've
ever.
seen those movies, but I wouldn't watch it again, like today.
Tara,
You haven't seen Dragon Ball in the
Tara,
first
I can do
place.
this, but
I have
you can
seen
look up-
episodes, but not the full thing.
You can look up Dragon Ball remastered videos, which basically just upres the resolution, and it's not like
Exactly, you could always
shitty
watch that,
resolution.
yeah.
It's fine. Like it looks
And
fine.
also, I've also heard that the dub versions or whatever, the subs or whatever, they weren't as good. The voice acting wasn't as good.
Which version? There's like 4 different versions.
Exactly.
Okay.
Look up the Funimation version of it. It's fine. It's got the original voice actors from Dragon Ball Z.
Plus, Dragon Ball's not that long anyway. It's compared to Dragon Ball,
It's pretty
a lot
short. It's
shorter.
How many
compressed.
Done in
episodes
one
is it?
day.
Yeah.
How many episodes is it?
I forgot how many, but I know it's not as
I
many
got
as
you.
compared to Dragon Ball Z.
Let me see. You want to look it up? You want to watch a dub, right? Or so it doesn't matter. Actually.
What's it called?
Yes.
Subtitle one.
Subtitle.
Yeah, that's subtitle sub.
I watch everything dubbed because I'm too lazy to read that shit.
Kevin with Berserk, like that seems too depressing. I need to stay motivated if I want to get on with the shit I do in life. So,
Wait.
I
Can I just defend Berserk because he's done a terrible job of doing that.
go on.
No, Berserk
One
is
thing
really
about
good.
about Berserk
Berserk is
is
really good.
the reason why it will still motivate is because essentially you're going to see a guy go through so much and still have the confidence to smile and say fuck it all. This guy is fighting gods at one point, and he still has the kind of determination to fight them essentially. Like
He's more about rage and revenge for a while. Like Jesus Christ.
exactly, yeah. There was
I
that
mean,
as well. To be fair.
He goes through a lot of shit, Tara. He goes through a lot of shit.
It sounds interesting because like it kind of reminds me, like I like hard work. I like hard work. So
There's no
My
more
Hero
hardworking
Academia
anime
is
than
perfect
Guts,
for
in my
you.
opinion.
so that sounds like interesting. Inferno with Sword Art Online, everyone was saying it was trash, to be honest. So I don't know. Like you said yourself, the story was trash. So like
Tara,
that-
by the way, Dragon Ball has 153 episodes.
that's a lot.
There you
man.
go.
That's the thing.
That's not a lot for anime. That's
not- for
fucking
anime?
That's normal. That is average.
150 episodes times by 20 minutes each. Like that's a lot.
You're a lightweight then, innit, bro?
No, yeah, but look,
nothing.
you gotta think about it this way. I'm getting back into anime.
Berserk has got a lot less episodes, I will say, than that.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'm
And it's
telling
got
you,
movies as well, to
It's
be
got like
fair.
what, 25,
It's got
30
movies as
episodes,
well.
I think. I don't remember.
You don't have to.
Berserk is God, fam.
You don't have to watch it in one night.
I know,
Berserk is
Nabil, but like, there's other animes that I'm gonna have to start watching because of this podcast. So, like, if I'm gonna have to fit it in, it's gonna have to work somehow, innit? Like, it can't be.
By the way, Noragami itself has 2 different seasons. Just FYI, I'm looking up all the lists of how long all these animes are.
Yeah, Noragami sounds interesting.
Noragami
Because-
season 1, season 1's 12 episodes. Season 2, I think, is the same length.
Sounds
I don't think
interesting
it's not
because
it's not on the same pedestal as the other animes that have been mentioned on the list. Innit?
yeah. I don't. Yeah, it's interesting
No.
because the concept behind it, but
Yeah.
it seems
it's
like
about
it's a
50
bit
episodes.
of a slower kind of anime, if that makes sense.
Alright, if you want to
It
say
is,
fast, watch
it is.
Berserk.
It's more about
What?
I didn't even know what he said. But yeah, Noragami is a lot slower. It's more like kind of a chillaxed anime. When shit goes down though, it gets really aggressive. Like when the fights happen, it's bloody, it's depressing, and there's a lot of shit that goes down with it.
Yeah.
Like they go into how gods reincarnate and how depressing that is. They go into how Yato is basically had an entire life by himself and he's lonely, and they go into all the characters' backstories and how they feel about stuff. It's good. It's good, but it does pacing's pretty slow.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like the same way I felt when I was watching Breaking Bad, because the pacing was so slow. It kind of put me off. Like I didn't end up finishing it because of how slow it was.
But something is always happening. It's not like they're sitting around doing nothing. There's always.
You didn't finish Breaking Bad?
I watched I was literally 5 episodes from finishing, but because they were dragging it so much, I couldn't take it anymore.
Oh my god, same Bilal. Honestly,
it was
I
dragging.
finished the 5 episodes.
Noragami doesn't drag that badly. Like around episode around I think like episode 3 or 4, it just starts to pick up the pace.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. The first 3-4 episodes is okay. Like just introduction.
It's just them establishing the characters for the first 3 or 4 episodes, I think.
In most animes, it's kind of the same thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about the other two then? One Piece and
Yeah, I'm going through them. So Nabil recommended Fate Zero, which is the one I'm most interested in. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, Fate Zero is definitely a must watch. Honestly,
yeah, it's up there. It definitely is up there.
Fate Zero is definitely one of the most interesting from the way he explained it and how everyone has what's it called, different abilities or powers or whatever, and they have to survive with fighting, whatever.
I think it's bullshit though. Ending is bullshit.
Yeah.
So
the ending is emotional.
Because of the way it's laid out and how everyone has different abilities and all that shit to fight each other, it kind of sounds interesting. And how
it's pretty short as well. So
I'll tell you the number right now. Fate Zero has 25 episodes, but then it continues on to Fate Stay Night, which has got longer
don't watch
episodes.
Fate Stay Night. Don't watch.
I haven't seen Fate Stay Night.
Fate Stay Night is not as good as Fate Zero, but it's okay. It's okay. It's like a 7.
All right. Okay.
Fate Stay Zero, I give it like a 9. It's actually really good.
Also, Mams, why don't you like Fate Zero?
I didn't say I don't like it. It's alright, but I just think like the ending was bullshit. I didn't like the ending of it. Ending was terrible.
Also, don't watch Fate Apocrypha. Don't. If you see that shit, just put it aside. Don't watch that.
Okay.
No good. No bueno.
With
watching that.
Watch what?
Fate Apocrypha. The writing gets really fucking janky as fuck.
Okay. Yeah, some people. Yeah, I think that was probably you know when they try and make a series too long or something like that. It's probably something like that.
Oh no, it's good. It's worse than that. It's Fate Stay Zero and Fate Stay Night are the only ones that are connected. All the other ones are their own self-contained universes. Okay. That's why it's confusing as fuck. There's oh god, how many Fates? Fate Stay Night, Fate Stay Apocrypha, Fates. I don't even know how to read that shit. Another thing I can't. Okay, there's like 5. Oh my god.
Yeah, just watch Fate.
Fucking shit.
Okay.
Oh, look. Unlimited Blade Works is not that bad.
Fate Zero is like Death Note with swords, but not just swords.
Oh my god.
I've got the synopsis already. I'm just giving my. Okay, so One Piece. It sounds interesting. I think I would enjoy it, but the issue is I don't have time to watch 800 episodes. Even if it's gonna take me months to catch up to it, but I'd rather watch something else that would finish quickly. Like for me, I'm more into.
It's not just that either. Like after a while, the animation starts to get really janky, and it takes like fucking like 3 or 4 minutes before the episode takes off because it's like recap,
sometimes
intro, recap, and then that's the episode. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, sometimes half the episode itself is recap.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid, especially in after the time jump. After the time jump, it all goes to hell. Like fucking hell.
But man, the actual arc though, the arc was the Archipelago arc, whatever it's called, right?
Yeah.
Brilliant arc though. Brilliant arc.
No, One Piece have some amazing arcs. Like
they really do.
Yeah, they do. Some of the fights are fucking insane.
Like Marineford arc, man, is one of my favorite animes.
Oh, Marineford,
such an amazing arc.
You know the Water 7 arc. You know when they went to go save
great arc. Yeah.
That was a brilliant arc as well. That was a brilliant arc.
The thing about One Piece, Bilal, is that fun in a weird way. It actually breaks anime conventions. Like the characters look so unique, and they have very unique personalities. The world is all.
Like my character development One Piece is actually crazy in it because it shows everyone's everyone's backstory and how they came about to become the person that they are in the anime. You get me?
And one thing that's really
Nabil, your mic.
Oh, Is that
Yeah,
one
it
thing
was
that's
kind of
really
killing me.
underrated in One Piece, yeah, is that it's still got that mystery element. There are
Okay.
so many questions you want, like
Yeah, that is true. Too many,
so
man.
many,
Too
too many questions that you want to be answered, isn't it? It's crazy.
Hockey was implied in episode something, and then it was, shown off in 500 episodes later. Okay.
Yeah,
and literally
Fucking
below,
shit.
there's like
Yeah.
100 years of like relevant One Piece history that no one knows about. There's just rumors. And
Okay.
depending on what happened in those 100 years, like it's called a blank century for a reason. Like it's been completely erased, and it's got that whole sort of like government versus pirates dynamic, where the pirates.
It's more government versus pirates versus revolutionaries, isn't it?
There are different like political factions that are trying to control. There are different political factions that are trying to control the One Piece universe. Mainly, the government's in control right now, but we don't know like what they're covering. Like, there's a massive cover of One Piece now, and the pirates are trying to sort of. That is.
What I like about One Piece though, is how realistic it is, well, because even the government is so corrupted in One Piece. It's like sometimes you want to root for the pirates themselves because they're criminals. They're more foreign than some of the actual government people.
And some of the government people aren't even all that bad either. It's just the people in charge that are all dicks. Like, especially what are the main people in charge of the world?
The Gorosei or the admirals.
None of the people above they're not even strong. They're just people in like in the top.
Oh, what they called
Gorosei.
Yeah, I think it's Gorosei. Yeah, it's Gorosei, isn't it?
All of the people that are like in the top leaders are all weak people, but they're all fucking like they just have the money. I guess.
Actually, the thing is, we don't even know if they're weak or strong.
Like, we see Luffy punch one of them like it's nothing at one point.
Oh, you're talking about the Tenryubito.
Oh, the Tenryubito, the guys in the bubbles.
They're noble.
The guys, the people that just have all the money and shit. What
had so many fishmen slaves?
They're just royals, in it. Like the
royal government, the royals in the government. Those guys are the ones in charge of the world, and they're just shitbags. They're just pure shit people. Like, there's no redeeming qualities about those cunts at all.
And literally one of the most satisfying episodes in anime.
When he punched him in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Everyone's like, no, Luffy, don't do it. We'll get in trouble. I don't give a fuck.
We've got a very off topic right now.
I know.
We've got.
See what I mean, but now, like, the one topic that everyone started talking about the most was One Piece, and I'm just saying it.
There's so many episodes to the damn thing.
You know what? The most appealing to me is definitely Berserk, and even though Thingy did a bad job, Berserk and Fate Zero. One Piece is interesting to me. I want to watch it, but it's just the number that's deterring me. The amount of episodes. Me. But even
if you start watching it, you will get sucked in it.
Even the one that John recommended was interesting, but it seems like it's gonna drag on. It's like kind of a dragged kind of anime.
It literally just shut everything off, man. Forget everything else, blood.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
I'm gonna watch My Hero, One Punch Man as well, and I'm gonna watch
Can we do a round 2? Can we do a round 2? Berserk vs Fate Zero, and we can bandwagon.
Sorry, what?
This has been going on for 43 minutes already, you know.
Yeah, we
So we're done with this cast. We'll do that in a different cast if you guys want to see that, let us know in the comments. Thank you guys for coming. Check us all out. Check out the guests, John, which is Retro and Gaming, and Inferno Paterno. Their links will be in the description. Thank you guys for coming. We're all out. Peace.
Bye.